Okay, cool. So welcome to the next video where we're going to add in a list of heroes, an array of heroes, and we're going to display them within the component. So make sure you start your local server either by npm start or ng serve. So let's create an array of 10 heroes. All pretty awesome right here. I'm just going to copy this because it's obviously very specific. Drop this in under the export class right here. That's looking good. Now we need to make this available within the app component. So what we're going to do is jump down here, just underneath title, we're going to say heroes is equal to heroes, all uppercase. Add in our semicolon, save that. And basically this hero array is equal to the hero type that we defined up above, which has an ID, which is a number, and a name that is a string. And these square brackets means that it's a list or an array. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's change up our template right here. So just above the title, below the title even, we add in some nice h2 tags right here. h2, I'm going to call it my name. Or sorry, my heroes even. My heroes, close off that h2 tag. Add in an unordered list. And give it a class of heroes. Close that out. Tab it in. Add in some li tags right there. Close off that second one. Close off our unordered list. Nice, that's all looking good. And our heroes will go here. So let's do an ng for loop. So we want to iterate through the list of heroes right here. How do we extract that onto the template? Well, how we do it is right here in the li tag, we're going to do asterisk ng with a capital F for equals double quotes let hero of heroes. Okay, so for the list of heroes, we want to iterate every hero out. Okay, basically this is just a for loop. This is Angular's way of doing a for loop. We're iterating through the list of heroes. So what we want to do is get the values of each hero, because if we just save that now, we won't get much. We might get a list, but we won't get anything within it. So we want to get the values of each hero. So what we're going to do is add in some span tags right here. Class badge right, and then we get the property of the hero ID dot ID. Nice one. Close off our span tags right here, space, and then add in our hero.name. Hero.name. That's all looking really good. Just here. And yeah, cool. Okay, cool. So refresh the browser, we should see the list. So see right here, we recompiled, we just got a list of 10 dots right here. So it was reading into a list, but we weren't extracting any of the values. So it was giving us 10 li tags. That was just it. Now we are getting the properties of the hero.id and the hero name. And you can see right here, we have indeed the properties of the hero name and the ID. Okay, cool. So we can mess around with this as well. I'm going to give this the ID of 21. And then I'll press Alt at the start and just bring that right down to the bottom. Add in a comma at the ID of 21 just after tornado, right? Make sure to add in this right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, and you guys can and girls can do this as well, let's add in ourselves for the crack. Okay, ID 11, and give it a name, and put in your name, your username, whatever you want. I'm going to put in my username, which is Instacode. Cool. and make sure to put your comma right there. It's to separate the objects. Really important you do that, or the items in the list. And we save that, let that recompile. Let that recompile right there. Excuse me. See, there we go. So I hope you guys see your own username there. And if not, if that caused too much trouble, just leave the list as it is. But you can see that we have put our own name in there. And now we have, in fact, 11 heroes. So that's just showing you how easy it is to mess around with data. And, you know, whatever. So let's just keep going. Styling the heroes. So this is awesome. Our lists are looking pretty bland. We want to make it visually obvious to a user which hero we are hovering over and which is selected. Add some styles to our component, you know, within the app component the component decorator. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, go up to our styles.url. Now, for people who haven't done this in the project, you probably don't have this here, so you don't need to worry. What we're going to do is just delete this, and then I'm just going to press Control V and drop it in. Okay, and save that. Now, what is worth noting is when you make a second component and you're trying to target the elements of with the CSS of the second component, it won't work. This CSS will only work with this component, okay? And CSS in another component will only work with the other component, okay? If you want to make changes globally to the whole project, you need to add that in to the index page at the very start. But CSS within each component is isolated to its own components, okay? So let's check it out. And awesome. So we have a very cool thing right here. And we can see, yeah, this is where our mouse is obviously hovering over things right here. It's looking pretty cool. Pretty happy with that. And so let's see. And we can edit our stuff. And yeah, that's all looking good. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see what else we have to deal with. So our template for displaying should look like this now. Yes, it does. So right here for displaying the heroes just under the title right here. So that's this part that we're worrying about just there. Should look the same as this, okay? So it's all looking good. Let's add in a click event right here just after the ng for loop within the li tags. So let's add that in. Click equals on select, which is, we haven't actually made that method yet, so don't worry, but we'll just put it in anyway. On select, and it's going to take the hero that we selected. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Just put that in beside the ng for loop and focus on the event binding the click on select hero. Yeah, we have. Let's our event refreshes to an onSelect method that doesn't exist. Yes, because we haven't built it yet. So let's go down here, and we no longer need the static hero property of the app component. Replace it with this simple selected hero property. So that is awesome. Let's go down here. Let's take this out right here. And we're going to add in selected hero. Okay. So selected hero is of type hero. So it's all, we're just declaring that. Okay. And then we're going to put in our onSelect method, which is what we put up in the ng for loop in those li tags. So onSelect. And we're going to say it's going to be passed a hero, which is of type hero, which has an ID and a string with the capital H. Okay. And what we'll do there is We add in the body of the method right here. Say this dot selected hero equals hero. Nice one. Save that. That's all looking good. Just leave that. Done. Right. Nice one. So let's go down. And so what we want to do is edit our template. So we'll be showing the selected hero details from our template. At the moment, it is still referring to the old hero property, which we just deleted over here. So we better switch that over to selected hero.name. Okay, so up here. And what we're going to do is change everything right here. So right here in the H2 tags, I'm going to copy this. And if you're using Visual Text Editor, press Control D and then press D and press D again. And then backspace and then type in selected hero. Yeah, whatever. Selected hero. Look at that. Wasn't that awesome? We did 3 lines with just like, I just think that stuff is awesome. It makes my day better. Save that. Okay, so now what we'll probably get is an error saying cannot read property of name, which is undefined. So what we want to do is basically go down here and add in an ngIf just above the details to say if we have selected something, show this, otherwise do not implement this template below the ngIf. So add in the div right here, div just right here above the selected hero name details. Add in your asterisk and an ngIf equals selected hero right here. And what I'll do is just tab everything in once, and then I want to close off this div just below the last div in the template. Close it off, save it, and we should have everything looking pretty good. They're saying remember the asterisk is very important in front of the ngIf. It is a critical part of the syntax. Okay, cool. So let's have a look at how this is compiling. Yeah, that's looking good. And we click on it, let it load. And so now what we don't see is the hero detail anymore, which is what we had down here. So if hero selected is false, i.e. just not selected, it's not going to render this template because of this ngIf, right? But now, once we make this true, it's going to render this template below right here. Okay, so click on your username, whatever, and we get our detail right here. So that is pretty cool. I think that's pretty awesome. We can click, we got all of that going on. So yeah, pretty awesome. Let's keep going on. It's all looking good. So what we want to do here is add in some more styling. So in the app component setting, the CSS, what they want to do is add this into the li tag right here, just beside the ng for loop and maybe after the on-click event. So what we'll do is just add it here even before the on-click event. I'm just going to press enter here, add it in, class dot selected equals hero, which is equal to the selected hero right there. Okay, so that's looking pretty awesome. So now we should get some awesome highlighting when we select it as well. So let's have a look. Let that recompile. You can check it out in the terminal. How I popped up that terminal, if you guys and girls are wondering, I just press Alt Tab. Should work for Windows and Mac as well. Okay, cool, that's worked. So when I click on this, we want to see something white. Boom. So that has turned white indeed. Okay. So I hope everybody's on the same page. If not, you can basically just copy this code below. And yeah, oh well, look, they added the array of heroes above. I added it below, whatever. It all works. And so this component is looking a bit crazy right now with all the CSS and the HTML in it. I think they're going to break that out into its own file pretty soon. So next up is multiple components. Good job, everybody. I'll catch you in the next video.